Every time I go do anything, it reminds me, it comes back to me, the mistake I made on that day and the consequences that I had to suffer with for years afterwards. The day of the accident, it was the 19th of April. It never left my mind. I was rushing around trying to get artificial manure sowed. I was behind time with my work because I was after lambing 500 ewes, and I had a family member with me at the time, and he had got up on the shed at my instructions. The bales were 4 high, and I told him to roll down a bale of hay. And I had come back into the shed with the tractor and spinner, and I was filling the spinner, and when I saw him coming with the bale of hay rolling along the top of the bales, I shouted at him to stop, that there was a ewe and 2 lambs in a pen underneath, but he did not hear me with the noise of the tractor. So as I stooped down to open the pen, to move the ewe and lamb out of the way, the bale of hay came down on top of me. And knowing that the ground was soft underneath, I think I would have been probably killed. I tried to get up after the impact, and I knew it was something seriously wrong. I just couldn't move on this side. So I had to lie there until the ambulance arrived. I suffered so much. I had rib cage damage. The rib cage was burst all up each side, apart from the hip, and the muscles in the back of the neck was damaged. I was on crutches for 14 months. With the damage to the veins, the hip never knit. After 14 months, the doctors brought me back and gave me a bone graft. I spent 3 years of agony before I got the artificial hip. And I had 13 good years with that. I think about 2009, a dog ran into the back of my leg, and wherever jerk he gave it, he loosened the stem down in the bone, and I was crippled again. I went back to Blackrock Clinic, and Mr. Fenlon done a reconstruction job on it. And I had 20 years of doctors, operations, and in misery and agony all the time. I knew the family member was up on top of the bales, and if I'd have stopped to think to see was he coming with the bale or was he not, the accident would never have happened. I do think he felt very guilty, but it was not his fault, it was mine. But it had a big impact on the family and on my wife and on everyone all around me, because I was wanting to do things, was cranky, and I was blaming myself for letting it happen, and I just wasn't happy in myself. Everywhere I looked, there was work to be done. The children were still at school. Everything was expense outside because I had to pay contractors to do the work. But having said that, the neighbours were very good. But it's not easy when you're in a situation when you're dependent on someone to help you to do everything, and things going wrong on the farm, and you're trying to do something and you're not able to do it. It's a frightening thing to think about, that you could have been crushed to death over your own carelessness. I just watch now, no matter what I do, I look to see is there a danger there before I do it. And it doesn't cost any money to do that. Over not spending 30 seconds to stop and think, I had lost 20 years, probably the best years of my life. And I would say to anyone, don't go through that, because you don't have to go through it. Just stop and think.